HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton.
On today's edition of HCAM News, Hiller Fall playoff action, plus much more. But first, Hopkinton celebrated Veterans Day.
Titled In Flanders Fields has been recited at Veterans Day. I have the honor of continuing this tradition today. In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago, we lived, felt dawn till sunset's glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up a quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
And the veterans do a great job of taking care of veterans. And I know there's a lot of wonderful veterans that have died that we all have known in the last couple of years. But I just want to point out one that died this past year, Hank Alessio. And let's remember him. His wife, Judy, is here. And just remember Hank. You know more about Hank and what he has done for veterans than I do. But he was was from Pittsfield originally. Great athlete, football and baseball. He served in the United States Army. He served in Vietnam. He's a proud member of the VFW. And he's the one that did the program Veterans Remembered with HCAM. Which really brought to life, so many guys that we know, and it's what they did in this service. Also, he got together that gallery of photos, over 600 photos of veterans just from Hopkinton. This is one guy, and not to mention the fact for 18 years he emceed the first Friday Veterans breakfast right here at the Senior Center. And someone else talked about Alfie did. Sometimes you talk about veterans, sometimes good friends, they move, they go to here or there, and someone would say, if someone brought something to Hank's attention or someone else's attention, well, how's this guy doing? Well, he's moved, he's in wherever is Northbridge or whatever. Well, let's get out and see him. And he'd do that with some other guys, and it's just a great thing that a great camaraderie of the veterans that here are in Hopkinton.
This faith that gives us peace when we lose a loved one. This faith that encourages us to start families and to be excited about the next generation. This faith in our children that they will thrive, be mutually respectful, and find love and happiness. This faith in our country that leads a young person to visit his or her recruiter. This faith in our system of government that has built trust in our leaders. This faith in our military that allows us to serve with obligation and loyalty. And this faith also lets us confidently raise our right hand and promise to defend our way of life, even though we are too young to fully understand or appreciate life's gifts. Having faith is a blessing. It is a belief that exists with or without proof, and is usually accompanied by optimism and a spiritual reward. Our founding fathers had faith not only in our young nation, but also for the future of our country. As stewards of our great society, we should all keep the faith. Those of us who have served are grateful for the support and recognition from the citizens of Hopkinton, especially from the attendees of today's ceremony. May God bless you, your families, and the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Hopkinton Water and Sewer Manager Eric Carty. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thanks for having me on, as always.
Absolutely. I know you guys have been busy at the DPW, but we're glad to have you back on. We'll talk some weather in a little bit and what kind of winter could possibly be. But how's everything going at the DPW? And hopefully you guys aren't too busy in these days where it's starting to get a little chilly out there.
Yeah, nowadays, I mean, there's always something going on. We've got lots of projects going on. I wish we were talking during the middle of a pouring rainstorm right now, because that's our biggest issue right now is just it ties in with the weather, but the total lack of rain is severely affecting our water supply. We've basically had 1.5 inches of rain in the past 2 months. So thankfully, this time of year, most of the people have the sprinklers off, and there's not too much outside usage. So, we're just hoping we can make it through here without any wildfires. There's a lot of surrounding communities have had them, and that could be devastating if we get one right now with, we've had to cut back our well production. So we're just, hoping we make it through till we start to see some rain. So other than that, we have some other state projects going on. The EPA and just came out with a new lead and copper rule that required us to go through and identify all of the services in town. So unfortunately, our forefathers didn't have all the best records in town. So we'll be sending out letters that people are going to be getting in the mail saying that we don't know what your service line is, but it could be potentially lead, but we don't want people to panic because we don't think we have any lead lines left. But there'll be instructions on there for what to do, and then we can schedule appointments to help come out and identify their lines. So that's one initiative going on. We have other state testing going on as well, and we're finishing up some of the punch list items down at the PFAS plant to get us going. The highway actually just had their annual winter meeting for winter in the middle of a 60-degree day. So. So we'll see how everything goes this winter. They're still looking for snowplow drivers. If anyone's interested, they need some drivers to help fill in.
Well, I wonder if we'll need those snowplow drivers. I mean, we're not getting any rain right now. The last 2 winters been a little light on the snow. So we've had dry conditions, and I think this year it was nice that we actually seem to have an actual fall rather than it going from summer to winter like I feel it's done the past couple of years. But how do we feel about the weather coming up? Are we going to get some moisture? Are we going to get some snow? Or are we stuck in this drought pattern?
So the long-term forecast that they're looking at now for the winter is for the Northeast to be in an above average temperature and below average precipitation, which doesn't bode well for us. It doesn't mean we couldn't get big snowstorms here and there, which would be beneficial to help recharge the aquifers. But that they generally they look at past patterns that have set up the way we're looking to set up, and it looks like that's pretty much going to fall in line with the winters that have been similar to below average precipitation and above average temperature. So we'll see what happens. Still time for that to change, but one way or the other, we definitely need some water recharge. Our groundwater levels are very low, and we're going to have to recharge those before next spring. So hopefully you get some type of precipitation throughout that'll help bring that back up to normal.
Yeah, I think there was one day last week where it rained, and I felt like I was seeing rain for the first time in months.
Yeah, it didn't amount to much. The last time we've had a rainstorm that was more than 1/2 inch was back at the beginning of September. So it's just been, last year was the complete opposite, of course. We had 2 to 3 inch rainstorms every time it rained, and we were flooding, dealing with floods, and now we're the complete opposite to drought. So, just nice even keel would be nice. But yeah, it is nice to experience some of the fall. We had a little up and downs. We had 20-degree mornings yesterday, and now we're gonna be back to 76 degrees tomorrow. But we'll take it. It saves on the heating bills at least.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you think it's going to be like this, where you have that one week where it's in the 30s and 40s, and then the next week where it's in the 60s and 70s? It seems Mother Nature seems to not know what she wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we would have been past seeing anything in the 70s by now, but here it is again creeping up. So yeah, I like it mid 50s or 60s this time of year. That's good for me. So hopefully we'll get back to some type of normal pattern. I was actually supposed to be going to Florida next week to visit my sister, but she lives in the St. Petersburg, Treasure Island area, and unfortunately that was the area that got devastated by the back-to-back hurricanes, and they're still in recovery mode, so we had to postpone that trip. To have, it's bad enough to have the one hurricane they had. They had a surge of over 7 feet of water that just devastated everything. We were going to be staying in a first floor condo, and that just got wiped out. And then the second storm came in, and that was all the winds. They had over 100-mile-an-hour winds. Sister said she was out of power for a week and a half. So, yeah, luckily, we were able to, knock on wood, avoid at least that for the year, not having any hurricanes make it up to us. Hopefully it stays that way.
Well, one of the craziest things about that hurricane, there's lots of crazy things about hurricanes, but was the tornadoes that
Exactly,
they
yeah.
brought. And I saw one video of a tornado being dropped on a highway that a bunch of people were heading towards to get out. Just scary stuff.
Yeah, devastating. They had over 35, I think it was, tornadoes that day, and it went all the way across to the east coast of Florida. They saw the brunt of the tornadoes on that side, so it was just a bad situation all around for the way those hurricanes kind of come in. It was the first time a hurricane had hit directly there in almost 100 years.
Wow. And it was a late season hurricane too.
Right.
I'd imagine hurricane season's over now, right? Or we
It technically goes through the end of November. We're on the low end of it, so if something can pick up every now and then. There's one that's going to form in the Gulf starting tomorrow, I believe. It's supposed to head towards Louisiana and Texas, but by the time it hits the coastline, it's supposed to be back down to just tropical storm. So hopefully it shouldn't be anything too bad for that area.
All right. So what are the odds that we get any snow this winter? Slim to none, low, middle?
It's like I said, they're saying below average precipitation, but again, that doesn't mean you can't have a 1 foot, 15-inch storm, and then if the temperatures are back up, that just melts rapidly, because that can happen. So we'll see. We'll see who's right and who's wrong in the long-term models. I'm certainly don't have the ability to try to prognosticate. I'm good at looking at what the other people say is going to happen and trying to average out what the other years have been.
Right, and it's been very interesting looking at the weather, the average temperatures you sent, because it's funny. One week it'll be in the 50s, and then the next week it's in the 60s, and
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll see. It's kind of just a wild, wacky weather pattern right now.
Yeah. The last I don't know, 5+ years, it's been getting more and more difficult to have anything constant. So it's all over the place. So.
All right, Eric. Well, we'll keep in touch and see if anything changes in the next couple of months or so. Any messages you want to get out there to the people about anything?
Just, to be on the lookout for those letters coming in. We don't want people panicking when they get the letters. So, these are formulated by the state. We have to use the state and the government's language. So there is language that says you could have potential for lead, but read through the whole letter first. Contact us after that if you have any questions. We'll come out and take a look to see what you have for pipes to do that. And again, we ask people, even though it is late in the season, to still try to help conserve water. Don't be out washing down walkways right now with how dry it is. If you can, we need to try to save it in case we do get that unfortunate, fire, to make sure that we have enough in the supplies.
Yeah, they could use the leaf blower right now to wash down.
Exactly.
All right, Eric. Well, thanks for talking with us, and we'll certainly stay in touch with you, and we'll do this again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tom.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Hiller Sports recently wrapped up regular season play, and nearly all the Hiller fall teams made the postseason. Here's a look at some of the latest Hiller sports happenings.
Hiller girls varsity soccer finished the regular season with 15 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties, and earned the 7th seed in the Division I state tournament bracket. In the round of 32, the 7th-seeded Hillers welcomed in 26th-seeded Shrewsbury Colonials. The Hillers got their offense going early and often.
For the Hillers. Over towards Recupero. Recupero charging in. Into the box, around the defender, takes it and makes it. Madison Recupero does it again and starts the Hillers off in style. A 1-0 Hiller lead at 34-19 left to go. That pass just got away from her a little bit. You see the Hillers, they're moving people all over the field, trying to create some confusion as Recupero goes up the sideline over to Colleran. Colleran trying to cut in. Along the end line, loose ball. O'Connor fighting for it. Takes the shot, and the Hillers have another one. The Hillers just finding ways to break free in the attack zone. And Marin O'Connor makes it 2-0 at 30-25 left to go. Recupero. Recupero looking to close in, sends it in front, and it's out the post and then put in! On the deflection, Anaga Kilcarney able to knock it in. Looking to sneak in there is Recupero, and she absolutely blasts another goal for the Hillers. Maddie Recupero just slipped right in the attack zone, and there was really no chance at stopping that shot. She absolutely blasted it into the right side of the net. And that will do it. The first half comes to an end, but the Hillers starting things off in style. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 goals in the first half. Ratzos. Moves it back to Nina. Chow gets a piece of it. Into the box. Recupero able to just nick it by the goaltender and into the net. How about another one for the Hillers? A hat trick for Maddie Recupero as she scores at 20:08 left to go in the second half. Puts a nice 5 on the scoreboard for the Hillers. Corner opportunity for the Hillers. They continue to bring the pressure here in these final minutes. And did that go in? Yes, it did. Wow, off the corner. You don't see that every day. How about another one for the Hillers?
The Hillers take the 6-0 win over Shrewsbury and advance on to the round of 16, where they host 10th seeded Newton North. Madison Recupero netted a hat trick in the win and now has 50 career goals and 28 goals this season. Congratulations on the 50-goal landmark, Matty Recupero. Hopkinton Hiller girls volleyball finished regular season play with a record of 16-4 and clinched the 4 seed in the Division II state tournament. The Hillers started their playoff run on Monday, November 4th in the round of 32. The Hillers hosted 29th-seeded Scituate. Steve Sweetapple and Matt Clancy had the call.
There's too many unforced errors. Elsa. Evie. What a rocket. 21-16. Hillers 5-point lead here late in the first set. Floats one in. Grant handles that. Scanlon outside. No. Net. Off the net. Thompson couldn't get it over.
Nice.
There we go.
Serve, Gabby.
And Hopkinton takes the first set, 25-16.
What a great serve.
Yep, miscommunication there. Hopkinton very sloppy in the back tonight.
Yep.
Just not getting consistent serve-receive passes, and that's out.
Great eyes.
Hopkinton takes the second set, 25-15 for a 2-0 lead. Elsa. There's a good set and a great approach.
Wow.
Hiller's 2 points away. Liv. Gabby bump set outside. Elsa's going to roll it. Thompson.
My
it's going
goodness,
over.
What a play by Thompson.
Gabby outside Elsa. Good swing. That's it. Hopkinton takes the third set, 25-14 for a 3-0 sweep of the Scituate Sailors in the second round of the MIAA state tournament.
The Hillers take the 3-0 sweep and advance on to the round of 16. In the round of 16, the 4th-seeded 17-4 Hillers hosted 13th-seeded Dartmouth on Wednesday, November 6th. Matt Clancy had the call.
Sobron on a good serving run. Liv, Gabby, Evie in the middle, just pops it over. Nice job, Evie. Way to read that. The block is getting really aggressive from Dartmouth. Elsa, nice serve. Kyla Martin controls that one. Barber going up in the middle. Big block at the net there. And they're going to call into the net there. Another good serve that skims off Joaquin. Oh, and Barber tried to be sneaky and just dump that over, and she went right into the net. 24-19. We've hit set point. Elsa, nice serve. Coming back over. Take that, Evie. Nice job by the Hillers. Nice job by Evie to take that first ball. 25-19. Hopkinton takes set number 1. McKinnon back to serve. Nice deep serve. Handled well, though. Adriana, great spot. Nobody was there on that wing. Cammie gets to that one. Gabby's going outside for Elsa. Big swing. Handled well by the back row. Ooh, kind of carried over almost there from Cordero. Dartmouth in system. Martin mishits it. Sove was there for the block to finish it. Great point for the Hillers. They take set number 2, 25-16. Just a floater. Leary controls it. Barber's going outside for McKinnon. Off the block. Good reflexes by Elsa. Gabby, nice job not going to the net. Big swing by Evie to put it away. 23-17. Gabby with the serve. Mishandled. Dartmouth trying to get this in play. Liv to Gabby. In the middle for Evie, who takes a big swing. Nothing they can do. Hopkinton takes it. 25-17. They advance to the round of 8, the quarterfinals.
The Hillers take the round of 16 sweep over Dartmouth and will next host TVL rival Westwood in the round of 8. Congratulations to Hiller field hockey, girls soccer, girls volleyball, and boys soccer on terrific playoff runs. Unfortunately, all 4 playoff runs came to an end this past week. Hiller Field Hockey got a very impressive win over 4-seeded Neshoba in the round of 16, but went on to the round of 8 and fell to 5th-seeded Canton 6-1. Hiller Girls Soccer fell in the round of 16 at home to Newton North. Hiller Girls Volleyball would fall to Westwood at home in the round of 8, and Hiller Boys Soccer fell in the round of 32 against 2nd-seeded Mansfield 5-0. Congratulations to all 4 teams on tremendous playoff runs and tremendous seasons.
It's time to tell you about some of the latest happenings you should know about. Don't forget, there is a special town meeting on Monday, November 18th at 7 p.m. Mark it down in your calendar and come to the special town meeting and have your voice heard. That's Monday, November 18th at 7 p.m. Congratulations to HCAM station manager Jim Cousins. He was awarded the Michael J. Prate Award. The award is given to an individual in recognition of committed service and dedication to excellence at Hopkinton's television stations. Certainly well-deserved. Congratulations to HCAM station director Jim Cousins. Another picture of the week for you. Congratulations to the Hiller Grade 6 football team on advancing to the Super Bowl with a 24-6 win versus Easton. A job well done. Congratulations to the 6th grade Hiller champs.
Upcoming town government meetings include on Tuesday, November 19th, the Select Board will meet, and it'll be live on HCAM TV. And on Wednesday, November 20th at 7 p.m., the Board of Appeals meeting will be live on HCAM TV. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov, or for more information, head over to the town website, hopkintonma.gov.
Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.